Magic will disappear forever unless you save it in this wholesome and approachable card game. You debate monsters, recruit friends, and start a world-changing movement. Balance your team and your decks carefully and use debate skills to convince fantastical opponents to join your side. Holy shit, we might have to play this on stream. Hello internet, so today we are on our daily Reddit dunking session, and if you watched to the end of my last video, you would know that we are doing r/Gamingcirclejerk today, and this is one that I need to come back to more frequently because this is a really active sub. They put out so much bullshit every single day, so I can't wait to get into it. I don't really have any posts, except if you haven't already, go fucking exercise. Now, let's get on to the posts. When you're an hour into the video essay you put on as background noise and he busts out the R word. Now, this offends me personally. Because, I mean, you banned every single other fun word, so can we just have one word that we can say that's just a little naughty that you guys don't like? Come on, please. Why do we have to go down the censorship route for everything you don't like? But also, I watch a lot of video essays, the really long ones, and I do not hear... Was he watching like Tom Dark or something? Turkey Tom? I barely hear any of the video essay people use the R word. Maybe Despot does? Does he? I can't remember actually. No, I don't think he does. Despot of Antrim, that is one of my favorite channels, by the way. He is one of the best channels on YouTube, period. You guys need to go subscribe to him right now. I will put his image or YouTube channel on the screen. Please go subscribe to him. He is fucking hilarious. He puts a lot of hard effort in, and I started watching him really early on in his YouTube career, and I just knew he was going to be a banger channel. But anyway, sorry. Worse is watching a creator you followed for years suddenly shift into an alt-right weirdo within a month. Sounds depressing. Who was it? Ethan Klein, H3H3? And if you click on the link, it sends us to the Ethan Klein and Hassan Piker debate where they were talking about how the Jews had to, were forced to go back to Israel or something, I don't know, and become Zionists, but this has nothing to do with being alt-right. What does this have to do with being alt-right? How are the people that are 10 toes down in Judaism, supposedly, the ones who are getting compared to Nazis? What the fuck are we talking about? This is so confusing. I need someone in the comments to explain the whole Zionism and how they're attached to the alt-right or how Ethan is. This does not make any sense to me, and I know usually the groups that they're talking about, but I just do not know how, I know they're misrepresenting them, but I do not know how Ethan falls into this bucket. That is so weird. I'm probably reaching the reverse of this as H Bomber Guy's video, and you know what's sad? I actually think H Bomber Guy is a really talented video creator, but I just cannot get on board with him thinking PewDiePie is literally a Nazi. Wasn't that the video that brought a lot of controversy to him? Yeah, here it is. This is the one. Happened to me a while back. I listened to a review and the creator made good points, and suddenly he spiraled into homophobia in the last 20 minutes of the in total 90 minutes. Wait, what is this video? I gotta know which one they're talking about. I don't think they show it here. Jordan Peterson is all clean your room, and by the way, watch out for the communist Chinese dick milking factories. What the fuck? Me when watching a Turkey Tom video, there it is. I unsubbed when I heard he's a fan of Destiny and that he thinks cheating is no big deal, which is so average Destiny fan behavior. You know, I remember him being friends with Destiny, what was it, before the whole, assassination attempt on Trump? And then he made a video about it, so I don't know where he stands on that now, but I never remember him saying that cheating is no big deal. Maybe he said it, I don't know. If he did, it's something we definitely disagree on though. Maybe the woke content detector led to great things. Woke content appreciator, and yes, we have all 9 people that actually appreciate woke content. Deltarune, the player character is using they them pronouns recommended. Doom the Dark Ages, unfortunately it does not contain any woke content. Recommended Planet Coaster 2, using body shape 1 and 2 instead of sex during avatar creation, such woke. And Sons of the Forest, so the actual, well, this is an actually good game, but I like how all the shitty games are literally 3 to 10 times the price of Sons of the Forest, which is the actually only good game worth playing on here. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. I used to love Planet or Roller Coaster Tycoons or whatever, but I would definitely not pay $33 for it. I know that's in euros, but that's still way too much for me, especially 80. What the fuck? There's no LGBT plus stuff, which is fine considering there's only like 3 characters and 2 of them have the character trait of brain damage, the player and Kevin, but it does have anti-corporation messages, so that's pretty woke. Do they not think gamers don't like corporations? We hate fucking corporations, especially the gaming ones. The biggest thing I don't like is the government, because there can be no bigger monopoly than the fucking government. Let me tell you that. You use the woke content detector because you're scared of woke games. I use the woke content detector to find woke games to play. We are not the same. Yeah, I think this is one of the weakest arguments ever, when you just say someone is scared of something or scared to do something. It's like, no. Even if dog shit didn't give me a billion diseases, I still would not eat it because it would taste like shit. I don't need any further convincing. No woke in Sons of the Forest. Despite being called Sons of the Forest, the tribe have women in their group, and one of the tougher human enemy are female. 2, you can be killed by a woman. 3, the strongest friendly NPC is a woman. She can wield a shotgun and a pistol at the same time. She has 3 arms. The weakest friendly NPC is a man with brain damage named Kelvin. These people really don't understand the critiques that we have. It's that when they put female characters in games, they either make them fat, ugly, both, and give them 0 other redeeming qualities. Like, even the fat chick in Borderlands was funny, which is why a lot of people gave her a pass. And keep in mind, this isn't just for women. When people add really cringe or really weak male characters, we have the exact same complaints. Nobody was complaining about Lara Croft until they made all the changes they did and made that new show that came out absolute dog shit. Also, Stellar Blade was incredibly popular. Get Good Scrub, Male Behavior Towards Female Gamers. A 2015 study found that lower skilled male players of Halo 3 were more hostile towards teammates with a female voice, but behaved more submissively to players with a male voice. What the fuck does this mean? Higher skilled male players, on the other hand, behaved more positively towards female players. The authors argued the male hostility towards female gamers, in terms of evolutionary psychology, writing female-initiated disruption of a male hierarchy incites hostile behavior from poor-performing males who stand to lose the most status. Still the best gaming fact. Yes, one study makes it absolute fact. Misogyny is a skill issue. This is so weird. Who is losing status when you're anonymously playing a game online? What status are we actually losing here? I think it's really simple. I think guys like to troll each other, and females are a very small minority in the gaming space. So whenever they see one, they know that they're, more likely to get a reaction out of them when they're trolling them. It's a male-dominated space. Guys act differently around each other. I don't know why they're trying to incite this fucking hierarchy like it's some political science class or some bullshit. And also, who is acting submissively to other people in a fucking online game? What are we actually talking about? I need to see like the meta-analysis of this. I want to see how they did all of this. A 2015 study. Can I see the study? Where is this study? This study was replicated in the height of CSGO popularity, and they got the same conclusion. Misogyny is a skill issue. Dude, if these people knew how much I got bullied in games whenever I spoke, this study would be completely flipped on its head. I think most people or gamers just don't give a fuck. That's why they would never participate in this bullshit. Keeping vote kicking in CSGO/2 was a mistake. In my opinion, it practically never gets used anymore for its original intended purpose. Booting cheaters, people who intentionally throw matches, or spam/voice chat. Seen many instances of women getting kicked just for talking in voice chat, even if they're doing well. Yeah, okay, that's pretty tough. She just got freedom of association. Feels bad, man. But behaved more submissively to players with a male voice. That sounds so gay, and I love imagining it. See, this is what I'm talking about. I need actual, qualifications for what they mean by this. Who the fuck in the gaming world acts submissively when they hear a male voice? What is this language that they're choosing to use? This is so baseless. Sometimes I wish I was born female so I could wreck dudes and emasculate them. I mean, you can still do that. Starting HRT to piss off the chudge is a very valid reason as any other. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say it's a choice? Is that really the logic you want to go down? But also, what a fucking loser. Why would you wish for this? You're just as bad as the dudes bullying women if you're doing this. Why did she leave me? So tell me about yourself. I watch Asmongold. Okay, well, my fiance also really likes watching Asmongold. We watch Asmongold together, actually. 38,000 upvotes. So I guess I do not apply whatsoever in this picture. And I like how instead of actually having a conversation, she just fucking leaves, as if she would know who Asmongold is, as if like the average woman just knows who Asmongold is. Why the fuck they make Hassan look like he's crashing out in the thumbnails? Because that's what Hassan does. Every time Asmongold gets another viewer more than Hassan, we know deep down that he is mentally crashing out and is insanely jealous. Bro became the #1 political YouTuber without even trying, despite all of Hassan's nepotism getting up there with the Turks and all the other shit he was involved in. To be honest, I only know one person who actually defends him, and he is literally what you expect an Asmon fan to look and smell like. This is funny because every time Antifa members are posted on the news, they look exactly how I think they would. And we all know that Antifa is Hassan's frontline warriors doing his bidding. I just still can't believe that dude hasn't been banned yet. He's literally committed fucking felonies, or not maybe felonies, but crimes on stream, like standing in the middle of the highway during a protest. I wish I had half of his support that he gets on Twitch that I get on YouTube. Hey guys, ass with mold, not what I'm called. I like how they're making it seem like he would crash out over this, even though people make fun of his dead mother all the time, and he still remains calm. And here we go, guys, Asma Nazi, because we need a Nazi reference in every single Reddit post that we ever look at. Let's not make a post about the guy that literally defends terrorism. Let's do it about the guy who actually gets popular for having pretty reasonable takes, in my opinion. Gamer immersion is being threatened. Does modern day gender lingo ruin the immersion of games for you? Yes, 27 upvotes. This, at least make your own IP if you feel the need to add that and accept if nobody cares. BS at that second response. The hate still gets flung when devs do decide to make new IP to add that. Yes, because those games still suck ass. It's almost like nobody wants to hear that, and they especially don't want to hear that in a, long and loved franchise. The make your own IP instead people, when you ask them why they hated Starfield, well, look, we still don't like that you're doing it, alright? It's better that you didn't ruin a previous IP, but it doesn't make it any better that you fucking used it anyway. Yeah, I hate how fantasy games use real-world language like English and how they use real-world terms like men and women. Oh, these aren't the ones that we're complaining about. Queer deluxe. Non-binary literally has an in-canon explanation for why it exists as a word, and they still throw a fit? No, it doesn't. They actually made a word in their language, and the person still wanted to be called non-binary. They went out of their way twice to make it make no sense. That's how dedicated they are to the bullshit. The mother even says it in the conversation, aren't you this? Whatever the word was. And she was still like, no, I'm non-binary. Nah. Give me a fucking break, dude. Gamers when a character is trans. Gamers when a character is a war criminal. Well, guess what? Being a war criminal in a game is much cooler than being fucking trans. How is this not obvious? 10,000 upvotes too. You see, being a war criminal is not political. See, being a war criminal is something that we can all relate to across history, but being fucking transgender or non-binary or whatever is something that basically nobody can relate to, and is something that you made up essentially with modern social gender ideology. So it's really not a surprise that people can actually relate to one but not the other, and are okay with one but not the other. Come join the 40k fandom. We have every kind of war criminal all across the gender spectrum. Selenesh enters the chat. I am not sure you want to be comparing yourself to the people that literally grape children and anything else in their sight and torture them to death. Comparing yourself to Selenesh is not a good look. And I don't think the Imperium of Mankind has time to listen to whatever fucking bullshit gender nonsense you're dealing with. YouTube is cracking down on unoriginal content with a major monetization change. Starting July 15th, channels that do not meaningfully transform clips risk losing monetization, thank fucking God. That includes reaction channels, compilation pages, and more. I am actually so glad for this change. Whenever I am on the shitter and watching shorts, this is so annoying. It makes me infuriated that people can just post themselves staring at a blank screen, doing nothing, while like some other entirely original content is being played under it. It is so stupid how people have been able to get away with it for that long. 6.2 thousand upvotes. Out of all the horrible ideas and changes YouTube has put forward, this is by far the most amazing change. Maybe this is a reaction to the H3 lawsuit. That would be really interesting. The timing certainly is interesting. Does this mean we will go back to the video essay meta? God, I hope so. Maybe I'll start doing video essays except on Reddit, so basically doing exactly what I'm doing, but I'll take a little bit more time. They are censoring us. Of course they're making fun of censorship. Ready or not players, when their game no longer contains naked people or convulsing children. 3.3 thousand upvotes. Well, guess what? As someone who you guys have seen me play Ready or Not a lot, when I'm not like trolling and just shooting everyone like I do in my videos, I actually do love the immersion and the realism, or at least as close as possible, that these games do bring in these really stressful situations. Like, I turn everything off and I go full hyper focus and try to completely beat the game and see what it's like to be, you know, in these high stress situations. I know it's definitely not going to be one-to-one, but the fact that they're like removing, you know, some of the darkest elements in it really actually takes away from the impact of the game. I'm glad people are talking about this because I saw Asmongold talk about it, but I didn't watch that video. But of course Reddit does not have a problem with censorship. We all know they love it. And thank God we have someone calling it out. I'm willing to defend this one actually. Ready or Not is intentionally designed to be deeply uncomfortable game. It is carefully crafted to get under your skin and it doesn't hold back anything. It's almost a horror game at times. And that's exactly the point. When the art is actually being shown tastefully and you can tell the developers worked really hard to make things as realistic as possible for the gamer's experience, that is a huge W to me, and taking it away is just taking away a big part of what makes the game appealing to a lot of people. And it's completely unnecessary, by the way, to censor it in any sort of way because of that. They found another small indie game to target. I don't even know, Creature Kind, the activist woke Dustborn sequel. Is this game worse than Dustborn? Oh no, guys. Do I have another game that I'm gonna have to play on stream? Dude, Dustborn was so fucking bad. I know I have to play it again live soon, but oh my god. It was just way worse than I thought it was gonna be. The fact that this game came out 2 months ago and they're only now catching onto it is so obvious that they're desperate to chum out the next manufactured controversy. Or maybe the game was so bad and so shit that it flew under the radar for so long, and I think people have the right to talk about a game however the fuck they want to. Doubtful the review bombs will hit that would require them to buy the game. Let's see what it's at now. Oh my god, dude. It's a debate card game? What? Brace against arguments, action hologram, emotional argument, factual argument, remember the facts, give 3 HP to any activist, paint into a corner, tea break, on the same page, brace against arguments. Oh my god, so apparently, it's a furry game too. So apparently, magic will disappear forever unless you save it. In this wholesome and approachable card game, you debate monsters, recruit friends, and start a world-changing movement. Oh my god, so loud. Balance your team and your decks carefully and use debate skills to convince fantastical opponents to join your side. Holy shit, we might have to play this on stream. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you to all of my patrons. And if you join and you see your name at the end of this list, let me know so I can add you to the patron Discord. But thank you to all my base gods, base legends, super based, and base certified members. And I will see you guys later. Peace.